Nothing much. Just filming.
Alright.
You got a paper right there in your hand?
What's that?
What's that for?
Paper here?
Yeah, what's that for?
It's for me to read, I think. Alright?
You're gonna read it like a script?
No, I'm gonna talk to you.
Okay.
In person. Does that matter?
Okay, yeah.
You prefer that?
I prefer that, yeah.
Can I ask why you haven't followed the library's requirements and what they're doing?
What do you mean?
They because of attestations and things like that with the COVID, they're trying to keep track because of numbers.
I gave them a name to use.
You did give them a name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Correct.
Did they tell you about their reporting policy that they asked you to leave?
When you visit a prison, you expect strict rules, but what happens when officials misuse policy to silence public accountability? Today, at Fishkill Correctional Facility in New York, a simple act of filming from public property sparks unexpected tension between a citizen, prison staff, and the state police. It's a clash between constitutional rights and government overreach, and trust me, it's a lesson worth paying close attention to.
Today we are at Fishkill Correctional Facility in Poughkeepsie, New York. We're here today to ensure that they respect our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas. Let's see how they do. So this is a medium level security facility in the New York State prison system. There goes the watchtower. Again, the difference between medium level security and maximum is maximum have a wall around the facility, medium have fences.
Hey, do me a favor. Go on the sidewalk for me, please.
Excuse me?
I asked you please to go on the sidewalk for me.
Can I go on the sidewalk for you? Who are you?
I'm Captain Washer.
Captain Marshall?
Washer.
Washer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I work. You just go on the sidewalk.
I'm on public property.
I don't have a problem with you being on public property. I have a problem with your safety.
Okay. I mean,
I'm not gonna argue.
I don't want to argue with you either, sir. I'm just
No problem.
Captain. I appreciate you coming up to me, but I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Okay.
All right.
No problem. But please, again, go on the sidewalk for me.
Okay, Captain. Your concerns are noted. Okay.
Thank
You have a great day.
You too, but please stay out of the road.
Okay. I mean, I'm only in the road right now because you stopped in the middle of the
I
road.
understand that. Actually, you're on facility property at
So-
that point.
This is facility property.
You're over there by the curb. It is. So
I'm not on facility property.
not right now because I drew you into the road.
Okay. Well, this right here, where you see where the
You're not going to
Street
educate
lights?
me like you educated somebody yesterday.
I'm trying to.
I know you are.
I'm trying to educate
I know
you.
you are.
There you go.
But you're all right.
Okay.
So, please,
I know I'm all right.
I'm asking you.
I
to do me a
appreciate it.
favor, please.
So you know about that?
Yes, I do.
Oh wow,
Absolutely.
that's cool. All right, Captain.
All right.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you. You too.
Seems like my last trip to the correctional facility had some impact. This is a captain here at Fishkill. Good, how are you?
What are you up to there?
Nothing much. Just filming.
Alright.
You got a paper right there in your hand?
What's that?
What's that for?
Paper here?
Yeah, what's that for?
It's for me to read, I think. Alright?
You're gonna read it like a script?
No, I'm gonna talk to you.
Okay.
In person. Does that matter?
Okay, yeah.
You prefer that?
I prefer that. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to be read a script.
What? I'd rather. If you're filming, obviously you can film me, right?
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Departmental policy is not that the facilities
in the background.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Department
Follow
of
me?
Policy. Yeah. And just so I know who I spoke to, D. Larson,
Yeah.
and you're a sergeant here at Fishkill?
That is correct.
Okay.
And you are?
I'm not going to give my name.
Okay.
I'm not going to give it.
All right. So that being said, is there, I'm going to ask you not to film the facility. All right?
Okay. I mean, you can ask me to film it. I'm going to continue to film it. I'm here working on a story on your facility.
Okay. So I'm going to read a thing here.
Sure.
Okay?
Go ahead.
And it's please leave the area. New York State Police will be called if you refuse to leave the area.
Okay.
Videotaping and photography of DOCCS facility property without the consent of the superintendent or commissioner is prohibited by DOCC policy. While members of the public who are visiting inmates are permitted to enter this lot, park their vehicles, this property is owned by the department. All right?
Okay.
And falls under the authority and jurisdiction of the commissioner, pursuant to correction law, section 112.
Okay.
He has the power to exercise superintendent's management and control over the Department of Correctional Facilities, and for safety and security reasons, he has promulgated the restriction against the videotaping and photography of it, photographing the DOCCS facility property of any person while present on the correctional facility park lot. If you would like to request permission to take videos or photographs of the facilities, you may contact the superintendent or the commissioner, meaning that what you're doing right now, you could actually request permission. Okay?
I have permission.
No, I
have permission.
Okay. This property, while publicly owned, is non-public forum, which is not traditionally recognized or designated as a forum for public assembly, and thus restricted. Your activity here is considered a security risk and trespass. All right.
Okay.
Now, why are you taking the videos and the photographs?
Personal use.
Personal use. Okay.
Personal use.
And my understanding is you're going to continue videotaping the facility.
That would be a good understanding. Yes.
Okay. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Very good.
Great. Is there anything else you want to say?
Well, I did my part there.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I appreciate. Okay.
Sounds good.
You can answer the questions. Okay. That's all.
Okay, great.
All right.
Great.
Did you notify the watch commander? Did you notify the state police?
There's no need to involve the police, but if that's what you want to do. How you doing today, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Excuse me, sir. We got some inmates here screaming out the window over there. So guys, it seems like the Department of Corrections didn't learn. A captain was here, thought he learned. How you doing today, sir?
Hey, Gail.
How you doing today, sir? You have a good day. Got the inmates cutting the grass over there. guys getting treated? You guys getting treated good over here?
Real bad.
Real bad?
Real bad. Yeah. This is abuse.
Really?
Yeah, it is. It's true. You gotta get out of here. COVID-19 is crazy.
Looking like a lieutenant decided to grace us with his presence. I'm good. How are you?
You're not doing anything wrong. You're not following breaking. I'm aware of that. I ask you, could you just step on the sidewalk? I don't want you getting hit, obviously.
Yeah.
That's all. Like I said,
Okay.
but I understand you have your public property. You can file. You can film. There's no issue there.
What was your name? Just so I know.
I'm Captain Church.
Captain Church.
Captain Church. Yes.
Okay.
So
I believe you should talk to your sergeant over there
Okay.
because I think he called state police on me.
Well, that's you're not called for any reason. That's our protocols. I'll read you our protocols. I'm sure you've been through this before.
Yeah. No. Yeah. He read the protocols. Yeah.
Okay.
Your policy. But you understand that policy doesn't trump law, correct?
No, I understand that.
Okay.
But our protocol is we have to notify state police. It's not saying you're doing anything wrong, but we have to follow those protocols, and that's
Okay.
exactly what that is.
Okay.
So, like I said, your filming is not an issue.
Okay.
As long as you're on the public road.
Yeah.
Only thing I will ask respectfully, this is a secure gate, this entryway. That we ask you not to film that because that's our lock-in, lock-out procedures. That's the only area that really, like I said, I would respectfully request you try not to film that.
Okay.
But out here, it's not an issue, and I don't want you to get hit, obviously, as you just saw.
I'll take the request under advisement. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna. I know how to walk on the street. I'll be fine.
I'm aware of that. I
Okay.
get that. But like I said, just that one area is restricted because that's where we process in and out, and it's a security function.
You guys got visits open to the public here?
Not yet. This weekend they open up.
Okay.
So yeah, starting tomorrow actually, business will be back open.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
All right. But like I said, state police is our protocol. So he
Sounds
read
good.
the statement to you and all
Yeah.
that?
He read it.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
He read
all.
it to me.
Like I said, there's no issue. But
Okay, sounds
I'm here
good.
to control.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, sir.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna film the gate. If he never said anything, I probably wouldn't go back to the gate. Where? Where at?
Excuse me, sir. Sir. Excuse me, sir. I just asked that you not correspond.
Hey, they're talking to me.
I heard you talking to them too. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand, but just
I know.
like I said, I'm not hassling you, but I respectfully ask you,
I
just
know.
not. Okay.
But respectfully, you know what I mean? Respectfully. Your job is to ensure that they follow your rules.
Exactly.
Outside this fence?
And that's why I'm asking you. That's all I'm asking you.
Outside this fence.
But that's why I'm
You know what I
asking
mean?
you not to.
I appreciate
Because
that.
it could have repercussions inside for us, is what I mean. Like I said, that's where I'm going with it. That's
Okay.
all.
Hey, Sarge.
That's the only concern.
That's a state camera for the Department of Corrections.
Correct.
Okay. So, hey, Captain, where can I get a FOIA request?
You can request a FOIA from Superintendent.
Superintendent.
Burnett. Okay. You can contact the facility and do that. We don't have a form available right now, but
Okay.
you can request that anytime.
Okay, I will.
I'll give you the phone number if you need.
Okay.
But it's simple.
Okay, great.
That
Just wanted to make sure.
Would be no issue, sir.
Just wanted to make sure.
No, not at all.
Thanks, Captain.
Like I said, when they come, we'll have you talk to them. I mean, you know the protocol, sir. So
Yeah,
that's what we have to do. So,
that's fine.
Again, like
Yeah,
I said,
it should.
we're not violating any law.
Okay. So it's kind of, you know what I mean? For me, you've been nothing but a gentleman since you came out here, and I appreciate that. You know, You've all been gentlemen.
I'm just following protocol. So
I understand,
and
but just
that's what we're all on.
but the protocol should be that if nobody's breaking the law, you shouldn't call law enforcement.
Again, this is directed to us.
I know.
By
I get it.
Our higher ups.
I get
So
it.
That's all, sir.
I get it.
It's nothing against you.
I get it.
And anybody.
I get it.
It really isn't.
I get it.
So.
I get it.
Again, I just ask you not to back and forth to these guys. I understand they're going to yell out the window to you, and they are.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what's going on. and
Exactly.
But again, I just ask that you don't, because I don't need something inciting inside for my staff.
I might cheer up their day. Might cheer up their day. Having a conversation with somebody. You haven't had visits here in a while.
Sir, I'm well aware of that. I'm well aware of that, but believe it or not, these guys have plenty of conversation. We're all, I mean, I'm not just...
This is a medium security facility?
It's a medium, yes, sir.
It's a medium facility, okay. And downstate down the street is maximum.
Downstate is what's considered a reception center, but it is a max. Yes,
A reception. Okay, so like when people go upstate, they go there first?
Usually, yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
But again, like I said, when those SP or whoever arrives, you know what it's about. It's just it's just routine, and they'll tell you just like it. You know, you're not breaking any law.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like a waste. I feel like it's a waste of their time, but you know.
Well, again, we have to follow our protocol.
Okay.
We're given.
Yeah, I heard the script. I heard the script. I heard
I
it.
know.
You guys got to read it, right?
It is what it is, sir.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Just again, I respectfully request. This is the one area I request you go. This is where we process in and out, and we have security functions that we can't do. That's my only. I just ask you angle slightly away from that. That's all. You still can film.
So, for what's the purpose of your request again?
Because that is where we process in and out protocols and the social security protocols, and I really can't have you filming that. I'm requesting that you don't film that. You know.
I know. And you know, you asking me nicely, I appreciate that. But part of my story here is to film all parts of the building from public.
Okay.
So
I've made the request, and like I said, I just ask you to angle away, like if you don't have the whole thing in your view. And right now, there's nobody processing in, so I'm okay. But if somebody's processing that, you know, for our job, I'd really request that.
I understand.
Just angle. That's all. I
can understand that.
Okay. That's the only reason I'm asking, sir. Okay.
I can understand that. We are going to continue to film what we like from public. I must say he has been very nice, very respectful. And I appreciate that. And I'm sure a lot of you out there appreciate that as well, to see government officials act in a professional manner. But whether you're telling me nicely or you're trying to curse at me and yell at me and give me demands, violating my rights is still violating my rights. And we have the right to film whatever we can see from public. Alright guys, so the state police have just arrived on scene. We're gonna see what they have to say and if they honor their oath to the Constitution of the United States. Good, Trooper, how are you? Nothing much. What's your name?
Trooper Reynolds.
Trooper Reynolds. And your badge number?
It's 4304.
4304.
Yep.
Okay,
What's going
great.
on today?
Nothing. I didn't call you.
Okay. All right. Well, these gentlemen did. We're just you know, checking in. That's their protocol. Just, you know, you're free to film. That's fine. I guess they asked you not to film the tower, and you agreed.
Not the tower, the gate when it's processing vehicles.
Yeah, they requested that I didn't film the gate. They did, but
Okay.
unfortunately, it's within public view, and I'm
I'm
gonna
just gonna step up here, okay?
Sure, no problem.
Just because we're on the road. Is there any reason why you're doing what you're doing, or just
no personal reasons.
personal reasons?
Personal reasons, yeah.
Okay. Do
Just-
you have any ID on you?
Do I have any ID?
Yeah, just ID, so you can take your info, say that I spoke to you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you ID.
Okay, that's your right. That's
Yeah.
entirely your right. I gave you my information. I thought maybe we would share the courtesy, but
There's with all due respect, Trooper, there's a big difference. I'm a private citizen,
Okay.
and you're a public servant.
okay,
So
okay.
that's the
fine.
difference.
That's fine.
Not to be rude or disrespectful to you in any way.
Not at all. I don't take any offense to that. Okay.
Great.
Are you local, or are you just visiting the area, or?
I'm not gonna answer.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna answer.
All right. Have a good day. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Stay safe. All right? Take care.
I appreciate you, Trooper.
No problem. Take care.
Honor the oath to the Constitution. Honoring your oath to the Constitution.
All right.
You too. Well, that was very anticlimactic.
We got to follow protocol.
Gotcha.
As we discussed on tape, so it's
Exactly. So maybe, maybe by me doing this, we can affect some change in your protocols, so that way you guys don't call police on.
That's way above me.
Yeah. Hey, you're a captain, right? You're up the food chain.
No, not as high up as you think.
All right. Well, I'm gonna continue to film. It was nice meeting you both.
All right, sir.
You guys have a great day.
You as well.
Sun's coming out. Beautiful day here. We're at the Fishkill Correctional Facility, New York State. All right, guys. The correctional officers who came out and made contact with me are back inside doing their job. The state police, who they called, also left the scene without incident and without ID. I would say overall, the Fishkill Correctional Facility failed this First Amendment audit because although they were very respectful and courteous to me, they still attempted to violate my First Amendment rights to film in public and publicly accessible areas. Hopefully today is another step forward to getting rid of that policy that they have here at the New York State Department of Corrections. It's definitely a beautiful area here. Beautiful view. It's such a depressing place. Our goal here was achieved. They were educated, and hopefully we can create some real change here in New York State. That is our objective. That is our goal. I'm going to continue to go to different correctional facilities, government buildings, to ensure that our First Amendment is respected. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
This encounter reminds us, standing up for your rights doesn't always mean confrontation, it means persistence, calmness, and knowing where the law truly stands. Policies might be written in bold, but the Constitution is written in stone. Always stay respectful, but never surrender your rights. Knowledge, courage, and a camera can change more than you think. What happens when a simple visit to a public library turns into a full-blown constitutional showdown? At the Rogers Memorial Library in Southampton, one citizen's peaceful filming sparks outrage from staff and a call to the local police. What unfolds is a real-time lesson on the limits of policy and the power of the First Amendment. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss how it all unravels.
Back again with another First Amendment audit. Today we are at the Rogers Memorial Library in Southampton, New York. We are here today to ensure that they respect our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas. Let's get into it. See how they do here. This building was erected 1895. Harriet Jones Rogers.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I have to check you into the building.
Okay. Sure.
I see your name, please. Are you recording?
I am recording, ma'am.
I don't believe you can have recording in the library. Are you already signed in, young lady? Okay. What's
So
your name?
I have to give my
Okay.
name to enter a library.
Yes, everyone has to sign in here because we have a number of people that are allowed in each department of the library.
Okay, well, you could put good citizen.
Okay, you don't want to give your name?
No, ma'am,
Okay,
I do not.
so if you don't want to give your name to enter, you cannot enter. Everyone
Where-
checks in with their name.
Well, I'm telling you, you can put good citizen down.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you our policy. Can you, if you want to take a moment, can you step aside so I can help this young lady behind you,
I'll
please?
step over here, sure.
You can step this way, sir.
Hey, you can step that way.
Yes, you can
Sir?
step this way.
Excuse me?
Would you mind stepping that way while we help this person?
He's also recording and he doesn't want to give his
Huh?
name
Yes, step
to
outside.
enter.
What's your name?
What's your name?
I asked you.
I'm sorry.
What's your name?
What do you need my name for?
I don't know who you are. You're just a random guy coming up
Right,
to
but
me.
you need to check in. You want to check in?
I told her
What?
she could use good citizen as my name. I'm not gonna get. Why do I have to give my name to enter a library?
All right. Well, you can talk to the director. I'm not gonna do this.
Fantastic. Okay, great.
2 hours.
We're just asking for your name to check in under, these are our procedures right now.
I understand that, ma'am, and I just don't want to give my name.
Okay,
I
then
don't see
you're
it.
welcome to not use the library, but that's what we're
Okay.
asking. We're
This
not
is a
asking-
public library,
It is a public library, and right now,
so
these are the board
I can
approved.
use a public library because I'm a member of the public. I pay
Yes,
taxes.
And right now, under the conditions that we're living under right now, we're asking for everybody's name simply so that we can keep track of occupancy levels in the building to keep everybody safe.
What was your name? I'm
Liz
sorry,
Burns.
Liz Burns.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
just if you could explain to me, how does my name
So that we can-
assist you
so
into?
that we can identify you. We have a 2-hour maximum visit time right now.
Okay.
So that we just can keep track of who's in the building, so that when your time is up, we can come over to you and ask
Okay.
you to kindly leave.
Okay, well, so I gave my name. You can call me Good Citizen, and you can refer to me as that. Are you going to check my ID as well, or?
No, sir, we're not checking your ID, and we're not trying to do this to be difficult. We're just trying to keep everybody
Me either.
safe.
I understand. I just don't see how my name
What are
keeps
you
everybody
looking to do
safe.
here in the library? What department are you looking to go into?
I'm just looking to go into the public library. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, do you have a library card with us?
I'm not going to answer any questions. I just want to
Can
go
I-
into the public library. You think it's funny? Okay.
Weird situation.
Okay. It's weird to you.
No.
To you.
Hold on, it's just a protocol. It's just a protocol.
I understand. But this is
Okay,
you can't
so-
bar people from a
so,
public
Mr.
library,
Citizen,
ma'am.
please give Tony your name. If your name is Good Citizen, then we will call you
I
Mr.
gave it to her
Citizen.
already.
That's fine, then we will take your
I
name
just
as
didn't
Mr.
ask you
Citizen.
the full information.
Thank you. So
Okay,
what
you
other
need to
information do you
go
need
in
from
the
me?
library.
What part of the library you were gonna go into today, so we can keep track of occupancy.
I'm going to go to all parts of the library here.
Okay, well,
all
which
parts of
part are you
them.
gonna go to first? This is something we ask of everybody.
Where do you have videos? Where do you have not videos? Excuse me. Where do you have books on the Constitution?
That would be downstairs and non-fiction.
So that's where I'm going to go. That's where I'm going to go first. Okay. Thank you.
So your time is
Nice to
4:07.
see you, Mr. Citizen.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Building.
You have 2
Okay.
hours, just like
Thank-
everybody else. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you. Thank
don't
you.
Put that in my face.
I'm not putting it in your
Please,
face.
back up.
Yeah, no
I'm
one
not-
here is giving you
Back up.
permission to.
I'm
Are
not
you
giving you permission to
videotaping
record me,
us,
so
sir?
record that.
I am
We're
recording.
not giving you permission to videotape, okay?
I don't, ma'am, can I explain
I
it?
have a library policy that indicates if you'd like to videotape us, you have to ask us permission,
Okay,
okay, sir?
ma'am.
Can you please turn that off?
Ma'am, can we have a dialogue here and a
Can we
conversation?
step outside?
Yeah,
Let's
let's
three
go
step
outside.
outside. Let's go.
I'm not gonna go
I
outside.
mean, we're just trying to.
I'm not gonna go outside, sir. I'm not gonna go outside.
There's people that are trying to.
I don't know why I could just walk around the library peacefully.
No,
You're making a
cannot.
scene.
You cannot record. This is a public building. We have policies
You
here.
just-
You
I understand
cannot
that.
record people without our permission. You can record the building. You cannot record my staff or other patrons in
I
the
sure
library.
can.
And I am not giving, no, you cannot.
I sure can, ma'am.
No.
I'm sorry that you feel I can't, but I sure
Then
can.
I'm gonna call the police.
So you can do whatever you need to do.
You want to step outside so we?
No, I'm good, man. I'm gonna stay right here.
All right,
I'm gonna stay right here. Thanks.
bro. Go over there with that.
Why don't you walk away from me?
You gotta step outside, bro. With this camera, turn your camera off.
I'm not turning my camera off. I got two of them, so
That's fine.
I'm not turning them off. Joe, you gotta calm down, okay, man?
Listen,
You gotta calm down.
that's not even my name, bro.
Excuse me?
It's not even my name.
She called you Joe.
She's not talking to me.
You gotta calm down, all right, man?
I'm calm, bro.
Okay, just calm down. It's not that serious.
It's not that serious. You're recording. Get on my face with that.
So leave. So go
I
somewhere.
work here.
So that's fine. You
I
work
work
in a
here.
public building, sir.
Right, but she's trying to talk. You want to have a conversation? We can have it outside. We're not gonna have it right here.
I don't need to have a conversation with any of you.
Listen, bro. Let's just stop.
You can stop whenever you like.
Listen.
Sir, you can't go any further, just like he said, and there's people in here that are trying to do this study.
I know, so you guys should keep the volume down.
Bro, listen. I don't know what your angle is.
He's not allowed to videotape patients while they're in the library.
The director seems to be calling the local police department on me for being in a public library, exercising my First Amendment right
You can't
to
be on
film
your
in
phone
public.
the library.
Excuse me?
You can't be on your phone in the library.
For somebody who doesn't want to be on the camera, you sure keep coming up to the
This is my
camera
job,
a
bro.
lot.
This is my job. You want to record that? This is my job.
Okay.
You cannot be on your phone in the library. That's the policy. You want some printout of the rules and regulations?
No, I
Just
could, I
about
could, I
your
could,
rules.
I could print you out the United States Constitution if
You
you'd like.
can't print me out anything.
I could. It's a public library. I'm sure I could use a
We'll
printer
find
here.
out in a second, but
Okay.
you can't be on your phone in the library.
We will find out in a second.
Alright.
Maybe you'll learn something today.
Right. Look, you're definitely gonna learn something.
Okay, we'll see who learns.
You will.
First library I've ever been into that you have to give your name, where you're going in the library.
You're not supposed to have your phone here.
So we can't film in the library, but they have cameras here. Doesn't make sense.
May I ask why you're filming?
Ma'am, you already called the police on me, so if you wanted to have a proper,
Can I just ask why you're filming?
if you wanted to have a proper conversation with me, you shouldn't have called the police on me.
Well, I'm sorry, you should have abided by
I would have
our regulations.
explained. Your regulations doesn't trump the U.S. Constitution, ma'am. And you're going to learn that today.
Sir, this is a.
I don't look. You have video cameras everywhere here, ma'am. So your
I
video.
do, and nobody looks at that videotape except me. Just like
If
you
I
need to
wanted,
ask
if I
me.
wanted to look at it, I could.
No, you could not. No,
This
you
is a
could-
this is a public library.
Yes, and you.
So that means that's public record.
And you,
You need to keep your voice down,
Now
man.
you're causing a disturbance.
No, I'm not.
You're causing a disturbance.
You're causing a
You're
disturbance.
causing a disturbance.
Hi, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Well, can I ask why you haven't followed the library's requirements and what they're doing?
What do you mean?
They because of attestations and things like that with the COVID, they're trying to keep track because of numbers.
I gave them a name to use.
You did give them a name?
Mhm.
Okay.
Correct.
Did they tell you about their recording policy that they asked you to leave without, or to stop recording?
Okay. Well, I want to explain. Well, what's your
Can
name
you
first?
just let me know, Officer Lubold. Can you let me know why you're here?
Okay. What's
Go ahead.
how do you spell?
Officer Lubold.
Lubold.
Correct.
Okay. Badge 260.
Correct.
Great. I'm here today because that policy does not trump our constitutional right to film in public and publicly accessible areas. So I would appreciate it if you honored your oath to the Constitution and allowed me to go back peacefully on my way.
Go back where?
And wherever I want, because this is America.
Is there a reason why you feel the need to film in here today?
Yes, there's a reason.
Okay, you want to explain that?
No, I don't want to explain it.
Why not?
Because it's protected by the First Amendment, I'll tell you that.
Okay, I'm asking if you would like to explain why you feel the need to be filming in the library.
I'm going to say I'm conducting a First Amendment protected activity, and that's all I'm going to say about it. What's your name, sir?
Officer Cummings.
Cummings?
Yes.
And your badge number? I can't see from down here.
Badge number 270.
270.
Yep.
Okay, great.
I'm just going to review their policy.
Yeah, that's no problem. You can review it.
Are you here by yourself?
I'm not going to answer that. Thank you.
In terms of
He's supposed to ask permission to our policy indicates that he.
Hey, sir, just to help you out, there's cameras everywhere in here.
Those are security cameras. They're related to filming like this.
It's filming.
People have their privacy violated, and here he has no right to videotape people in this building. He can be videotaping what they're looking at, he can be videotaping what they're reading. This is completely against, this is violating their privacy here.
How do you have privacy in public?
This is a public access
I
building.
can contact, if you want me to contact our attorney, I'd be happy.
Well,
to
let's
contact
listen to the
you.
law enforcement officer.
Right now, you're in violation of our.
Let's listen to the law enforcement officer, ma'am.
Excuse me.
I don't know why you're getting upset.
Be able to further have this conversation outside, just so let's get some clarity on it. For
Yeah,
all the people.
I'm not gonna go
There are
outside
other
now.
There are other patrons that are inside
I
the
know.
library.
So let's
now
keep our
who would
voices
like-
down.
Sir, did you come in here specifically to try to have some type of engagement? with the
Ma'am,
library
I can't
faculty?
force grown adults to act in a way that is not becoming of them. I've been very professional.
No, I
I'm
see
very,
that,
you know,
but
I'm
I
trying
also-
to de-escalate the situation because she seems to not understand that I have a right to be here and I have a right to film. Whatever that paper that you have says is irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Well, we'll get down to the bottom.
Okay, great.
Okay. If you don't mind just standing up here with me, would be great until we kind of get through this, okay?
I'm gonna polite.
While we figure out exactly the particulars.
I'm gonna.
I'm a lawful law enforcement officer.
I understand
I'm
that.
asking you to just stay here for me.
And
okay,
I
while
understand.
we figure out exactly what's going on.
I understand that, ma'am. I understand you're a lawful officer, but am I being detained?
Right now, we're trying to figure out
So
exactly the policy.
I'm gonna. So since I'm not being detained, I'm going to politely refuse your request to stay with you, ma'am.
I'm telling you that you're not being detained for any reason other than we need to figure out the policy. We need to figure out the exact law.
So am I
with
being
you
detained?
On the Constitution.
I hope so. You took an oath to it, ma'am.
I know, I did.
Okay.
I did.
I hope so.
Okay, so just let us get through this and,
I-
be
I-
this gentleman that you're being, and just hang tight with me until we figure this out. We have a sergeant coming.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Maybe he can clarify things.
Sir, are you comfortable with the videotape?
I don't want to videotape.
Okay, can you, sir? His constitutional rights are, right now, he does not want to be videotaped, so please don't videotape him.
Number one, ma'am, I wasn't videotaping him.
No, we don't know that, sir.
Number two, he has no expectation of privacy in public. Thank you. One, two, three, four. 4 police officers.
This is the library's policy about filming inside.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Sergeant Jones.
Sergeant Jones.
Yep, Shield 255.
255. Thank you, Sergeant. And your name, sir?
Officer Casso, Shield 263.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, if you can try to keep other patrons hands off the camera. They ended up not. Just if you could try.
I understand.
That they have a right not to be filmed, especially when they're under the assumption in the library that no filming will go on without direct permission and consent from the library. So you can keep it on us.
Unfortunately, officer, they have no expectation of privacy in a public setting. This is a public building.
Do you know what the library's policy is on?
I do not know the library's policy, but what I will say, Sergeant, is that I know what rights are granted to me by the First Amendment, and I'm performing a First Amendment protected activity here today. I'm not. Policy.
Do you want to read the policy?
No, because it's no. Honestly, because it's irrelevant. Because policy does not trump the Constitution of the United States. Anybody can write a policy, but that's not going to beat out our rights. It doesn't override the rights given to us by the United States Constitution.
And so, what substantive right do you think you have to be in the library when it has an explicit
First Amendment. I don't know if you're First Amendment.
I hear that, but elaborate on why this building you feel like is
Because it's public. It's accessible to the public, and that's it. I mean, it's a public building, so I have the right to film a public building. Just like, look, this gentleman right here, he has a complete right to film me and take pictures and do whatever he wants. I'm in public.
Okay.
If I go to your home, it's different because that's your private residence.
Well, they do have policies, so we're just gonna look through their policies. And
Okay. Well, just policy. Like I said before. I didn't even speak to you. I didn't even speak to you, sir. I didn't speak to you. You too, sir.
So, Mr. American Citizen, this is their
Good
policy.
citizen.
Mr. American Good Citizen?
Good citizen.
Good citizen.
There you go.
This is their policy? Okay.
I can see it.
Do you want to take a look at it?
No, thank you.
Okay. So you are going against the library's policy?
And again, Sergeant, I would just make clear to you, just so you understand, maybe you can get a lieutenant or something, just to make sure, because I know what I'm talking about, and I know that policy does not.
Do you have it? Do you have it in writing? Or print it out?
Do you have a copy of the Constitution here, ma'am?
I'm sure I can get you one, of course.
Okay, so you can hand that to the sergeant, and she can look it over. And you took an oath to the Constitution, ma'am.
Do you know what section it is in?
It's the First Amendment of the Bill of Rights.
So let's print it out, let's read it. And
That's fine. I mean, you can read it whenever you want.
The library is entitled to have their own policies and procedures.
I'm sure they can have their own policies and procedures. Yes, I'm sure they are. But I'm not. They can't trump a United States Constitution.
Okay.
It's not bigger than the Constitution. The Constitution gives me the right to be here and film.
Okay.
Right, he doesn't know what he's doing, and this probably was okay for him to do because this is pretty easy. But to go to the next step, that's what he's missing. That will take care of that, and you don't have to worry about getting another one. Afraid if I tell him what to do.
Back up, bro. Back up. Listen, stop walking up on me.
I'm not. You walked up here. You walked up here.
Stop walking up on me.
Correct. Okay. All right. Okay. You're all set, ladies. Thank you.
I just go through. Otherwise, he's gonna let it run out. He won't leave. He already answered. Alright, and what do I do if patrons complain about them? They don't want it, they don't want
You inform them that they're in a public space.
I'm not speaking to you.
I'm speaking to you, ma'am. I don't know why everybody has to be so nasty around here.
Because unfortunately, you're coming here attempting to kind of provoke. I understand what you think you might be doing, but
Okay, so let me explain it to you.
They do have policy.
Okay.
Please
No, I'm gonna explain it
elaborate.
to you. So
Go
if you don't, our rights are like a muscle, right?
I understand.
So if you don't flex it and you don't work it out, it's gonna get weak, right?
What is?
So I have the right to be here and film.
So you came here intentionally to just try to
I came
go
here to
against
exit.
a known policy of the library. To
I could care less, ma'am, what the policy is here. I didn't even read it. But what I'm telling you is I'm here to exercise my First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas. That's all I can say.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right.
You have a great day.
Citizen.
Thank you.
Hi.
Told you you're gonna get educated today.
I'm good. I'm very educated. You're gonna get educated.
Told you.
Yes, right there. Thank you, Casey.
The nasty library director. Very, very rude. I hope you learned something here today, ma'am. For the future. We're going to stay here for a little while longer. She is causing a disturbance, telling everybody I'm videotaping like they have something to be worried about. She said, apparently we have no rights to our privacy here. You're in a public building. She doesn't understand she's in a public building. And she's the director here. Amazing. This is why I do what I do. Free education handed out to our public officials. It was nice meeting you, ma'am. You have a great day, okay? I'm glad you got educated. Have a nice day. Hi, how are you? All right, guys. Obviously, that was a big time fail by the library staff and the library director. The police officers, they tried to violate our rights here, but we shut it down really quick, and they did the right thing and left. So all in all, it's a good day, good audit. They got educated here. Southampton police did the walk of shame, and they learned something here today too.
Today's encounter proves once again, Policies might set the rules, but they can never erase our constitutional rights. When you know your freedoms and stand firm with respect, even the most stubborn resistance eventually gives way. Always stay calm, stand your ground, and never forget the First Amendment protects you more than you realize.